We've got all our fellow perfectionists in the house today wondering, how should a Christian look at perfectionism? What does the Bible have to say about perfectionism? I'm Sarah, and I want to help you get intentional about your thought life. I also have a really practical exercise that stops perfectionism in its tracks. So make sure to stick with me till the end of the video for that little nugget. Now, the irony of our topic today is that I'm a perfectionist, and I almost didn't post this video because it's not perfect. This is even my second take. Maybe you've heard perfect is the enemy of done. How many times has your perfectionism kept you from stepping out and taking a risk? Perfectionism steals opportunities, steals a lot of time, and quite frankly, it steals our joy. So you might be on the fence wondering, am I really a perfectionist? Here are 6 signs that you are a perfectionist. Number 1, perfectionists frequently avoid risks. Maybe you don't try out for a team because you don't want to risk not making the team. Maybe you don't go out for that promotion because you don't know if you would be as good at a new role. Number 2, perfectionists often procrastinate. We struggle to get started because our expectations for the task are ginormous. If I can't do it to the level that I want to do it, then maybe I'll be up to it next week, right? Number 3, perfectionists often look at things from an all or nothing mentality. Either I absolutely nailed that task or it was a total failure. There's no in between. Number 4, perfectionists often have low self-esteem because they are so critical of themselves and are never fully satisfied with anything they do. It's crazy how I can be so forgiving and understanding of other people's mistakes, but then have no room for error in my own life. Number 5, perfectionists rarely delegate jobs to other people. We think, if I want this done right, I have to do it myself. Oh boy, I saw that even today when my kids wanted to help me wrap a present. And I was like, I think mommy will do this one. Finally, number 6, perfectionists take a long time to complete tasks, often double-checking, triple-checking, and redoing things far beyond what is necessary. So how'd you score? If you're with me and you recognize some perfectionism in your life, it's time to practice talking back truth to our thoughts. It can take a little digging to get to the root of a strain of thoughts. Perfectionism can seem like such an innocent mindset. Well, I just want to do my best. Isn't it okay to do the best with the gifts God has given me? But when I search the attitudes behind my perfectionism, I realize that what I really want is admiration. I want people to think I'm the best at things, that I'm on top of everything, that I set the standard. Do you know what I recognize as I look at my heart? That I'm trying to be like God. Hello, that's how Lucifer became Satan. The bottom line is that this attitude is sinful. Only God is worthy of that kind of admiration. Only God gets things right every time. God is perfect. There are so many great verses to talk back to our perfectionism. One of my favorites is 2 Corinthians 12:9. This is the Apostle Paul talking, so I'm not sure if he was a perfectionist, but he was definitely a driven dude. The verse says, "But he, God, said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me.'" Did you hear that? If I want Christ's power to rest on me, I have to be upfront about my weakness, boast about my weaknesses. I need to be aware of the reality that I desperately need God's help. We don't think about it this way, but relying on our own strength is like closing the door on God. I don't need you. But the opposite is also true. Admitting that I am not perfect, I can't do it all, is like opening the door for Christ's power in my life. So time to talk back truth to our perfectionism. Get out your journal and write out a few examples of areas where you are trying to be perfect and you're trying to be like God. You can even write out a prayer of repentance. Lord, forgive me. You are the standard of beauty and perfection. I will boast about my weaknesses because I want to lean on your strength. Maybe you're asking, what's one practical way you can fight perfectionism today? Well, perfectionists can spend way too much time on tasks in an effort to get it to the level of polish desired. So, before you start a project that you know might lead to some perfectionism, ask yourself, how much time would a normal human spend on this project? What would be a reasonable amount of time to give myself to complete this? Then stick to it. Set timers, ask someone to hold you accountable. Decide to do your best for the set amount of time and then move on. Or if there's a step involved that you think most people would skip, maybe you choose to skip it. Yesterday, I had a friend over and I wanted my whole house to be perfectly clean. But I decided to intentionally leave the basement untidied. There were, gasp, toys out. Isn't it crazy? When I go to a friend's house and it isn't perfectly clean, it actually is endearing to me. It lets me off the hook a little. So why wouldn't I offer the same gift to my friends? Think of all the meaningful things you can do with the time saved by not going overboard perfect on everything. Okay, we covered a lot in this video. We're definitely going to circle back to this topic again. But leave me a comment. What are you going to skip today in an effort to battle perfectionism? You can do it. I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. So don't forget to hit subscribe and don't let your brain ruin your life.